Now, for some of this, I feel like the stress has a lot to do with, I don't know if it's necessarily because of the other person. I do believe that it does have something to do with the relationship itself. Now, we're going to get to why in a moment, but there's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of just kicked up stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of doubts that are coming up and plaguing this person's mind here if this isn't you guys. Um, and I feel like it's because of there's a lot of changes. There's perhaps even an offer here that does, request commitment, or require commitment, long term, long term, uh, investing. You know what I mean? In regards to just putting in work, putting in time and energy, really dedicating yourself to something. And I feel like this person is really stressed out about the relationship, really stressed out, in regards to how they're seeing this. They're seeing this in a very stressful light. The other person is seeing this as the tower. Like, a lot of stuff is changing, a lot of stuff is happening. Things are just boom, 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 hitting everything, right? But I think it's a good thing. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. This person has have to remain strong though, because the way that they're coming up as the Queen of Swords here, they can be kind of cold, very direct, but they're just receiving right now. They're not necessarily going out of their way to change things, to do anything because of the queen here. But it does, this doesn't mean it has to be a man or a woman here. It could be anybody. But this person, that because they're coming up as queen energy here, this could be you, Libra, right here on this side, which is probably why this card is coming up here. But it doesn't have to be. It could be anybody else. It could be a Gemini or an Aquarius. But the thing is that I find interesting is that the mindset that this person has is that this is a complete redo, a complete start over kind of situation. Like, somebody's starting over, someone's starting from scratch. And I feel like with the Tower, with this person's mindset being the Tower here, I do feel like this person does realize that there's a lot of changes that are going to need to happen, or have happened, or they have already taken control and already made the changes, or they're having to make the changes. The way they come into this relationship, it's almost like they have to kind of start fresh. They have to start over. They have to, begin to start doing things and changing things and readjusting a lot of things. So they're prepared for it. But the thing is that they're very protective of themselves as well. They're remaining strong. They may be feeling, they may come off as a bit cold, a little distant, not communicating. But I mean, well, actually they communicate very well. It's more of like they're just very cold. Okay, they can be, but I don't think this person is trying to be cold. I think this person is just, very much a witness at this moment to the madness, a witness to everything that's going down. Say their piece when it's presented to them. Like, they're not exactly going out of their way to do things. They're very passive at this moment, but not necessarily as passive as in like not doing anything at all. If push comes to shove, they will say something, they will communicate. I think they're waiting on some sort of response. There's a lot of stuff that's changing, and they're kind of like waiting for this to the storm to clear, because right now they're very defensive, they're very protective of themselves, and they're remaining strong for this. They're being very logical as well. I think they are definitely using a lot of their brain power at this moment. But the thing is that this person sees this as an opportunity to start something new. It may be something small, but it's something new, a spark towards a new adventure. And I think this person is actually kind of excited, but also very nervous about how it will turn out, right? Because this is a brand new adventure, brand new start. But the person is wanting to go ahead and do something about it. They're taking a lot of action to do something about it. This Page of Wands here, and this person's just like, hey, I'm good here. I'm good until something comes my way, right? I'm good until something comes my way that I don't like, and that's getting sliced, right? So I feel like this person may be offering this person a lot more fun, and this person's kind of like shutting it down. Or perhaps this person is not really looking to, entertain creative ideas at this moment. This person very well could though. The Queen of Swords isn't someone that shuts things down, not immediately, unless it's like, of course, somebody's coming with her with dishonesty, or trust, right? I think there's something that's going on as well with trust, but I think most importantly that this person here is taking a very much serious approach because of how they see this relationship. Everything's changing. This is a very serious change card, radical changes that they didn't see coming, and they're having to be very serious about it. They're taking a very serious approach. And this person on this side here is like, it's very interesting. They're very stressed out. They have a lot of doubts. They're very I don't want to say pessimistic, but they're very, very down on life right now. Not okay. I should take that back. Not down on life. Somebody may be down on life, but I really want to say this person is really, not seeing like the potential of the situation. They're worrying about what could happen. They're thinking about what ifs, and I feel like this person is probably trying their best to control the situation when they can't, because you have the Chariot here, right? The Chariot is the reason why they are the way they are and think the way they think. Now, I have a feeling that this person may be trying to have a little more fun and trying to do, or maybe reacting to the stress. Perhaps this is them, kind of having, acting out, having a little more fun or something like that. But I kind of get this feeling that this person is also aware that there's a new beginning starting, but they're also very anxious about it. And the reason why they're anxious about it has to do with the fact that they kind of don't feel like they're in control, that they can control the situation, control what's being done, what's going on, what's happening around them. Because I feel like they're experiencing this change too, and not this other person. Okay, I think this person's seeing this or feeling this way, but I feel like this person is aware of this change. But I think also this person is also anxious because they don't believe that they have control, right? The control is all within them. They have everything that they need to take control of the helm. They just have to balance their head and their heart, right? This is why the Page of Wands is coming up. It's so interesting. I think they're doing a lot of the things that they want to do, but they're still freaking out. Like they're doing like something that doesn't really help their progress to being able to for being able to kind of calm down, relax, and honestly, help them to get more control over their own lives. So whatever they're doing, it's almost like it's like playtime here, playtime, but they're also really stressed about things and how they're going to go, but they're not taking control of the situation to get it under control. You know what I mean? So that way they don't have to be nervous. That way they don't have to be stressed out anymore. When the other person here has got the Knight of Cups, this person is so focused. It's focused on what they want, focused on what they desire, focused on how they feel. They're very much aware of that. The reason why they're so serious is because they're so obsessed about what they want. Now, it doesn't have to be obsession. It could just be that they're very serious about getting what they want, getting that happiness, willing to do anything that it takes to get there. And the Queen of Swords is not someone to play with when it comes to that. Okay, they have, and I think it's because the reason why they're so serious is because they have offered love, or this is someone that they've been in love with before, right? This could be someone from the past. This is because this is them dating someone else, or excuse me, not them dating someone else currently, but this could be that you guys are a relationship that may have happened before, or this is someone that you've known before, and you guys have tried to date, or maybe you guys haven't really officially dated before, and now you are. Some of you guys, this is a pre-existing relationship, and the relation, the romance, and the feelings are kicking back up. But this person is very focused on what exactly it is that they want, and they're not like looking elsewhere. They're not distracted. They're beamlining it. So I feel like this person is seeing this stuff as radical changes, making radical changes in their mind, or they're taking or they're accepting the changes. They know that their life is changing right now, and they're just kind of going along with it because they know this is ultimately what they want. Well, this person here is very stressed out because I think they may also have the helm on everything, or they're taking the helm on a lot of stuff. So they're very stressed out, but they're trying to have a little bit of an enjoyment, right? They're trying to have a little bit more fun, or at least they're starting a new journey here, and that still is very kind of stressing them out because they're steering the ship, while this person here is very focused on what they want, may not have a lot to say about the decisions that are going on, but they're still going along with the changes, if that makes sense. Now, it's interesting that you guys have the King of Wands as the reason why you come into this relationship, what brought you two together. It could have been an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that came in, extended themselves and offered their hand, right? This could have been the person here that's offered their hand in the relationship, or this person's offered the long-term commitment. Somebody that was very confident. It doesn't have to be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be someone that was very confident in themselves, very aware of their power, very aware of the strengths, that it's even suggested this, and that may have put their heart on the table, and definitely, open their heart to somebody, right, to the other person. the King of Wands can also indicate that this is someone that's definitely more in touch with their energy, more in touch with their fire, their passion. This person is also aware of their authenticity, and I feel like this person is definitely a go-getter, and someone that does things that gets what they want. A bit of ruthless energy. Someone that was focusing on what they want and how they feel at all times. And this is what brought you two together. That passion, that creativity, the burning fire. You know what I mean? But the thing that's the thing that's let's your obstacle together, the things that you're facing together, is the Seven of Wands. So defensiveness, standing your ground. Now I think it's weird because I think that you both are trying to stand your ground in a way because of things that are going on. I think you guys both want something, but they may be different. And I feel like both of you guys are trying to stand your ground and to still be courageous and to still be confident in the journey that you're taking. But it's very difficult right now, especially with this person that has a lot of doubts and this person who's not seeming to make a lot of decisions, right? I think that they're going to go and get what they want. They ultimately have some sort of feeling that they are trying to attain, but they're so distant right now, or they're not communicating very much. Excuse me, I always say that. That's not the truth. They could be communicating just fine. But the thing is that they may not be going out of their way to change things or to do anything exactly, right? Even though the Tower here in the mindset could be that they're seeing this relationship as a huge change in their life or bringing about huge changes in their life. They're like going with the flow with it, kind of. The Queen, now with queens are more passive than kings. Kings would be the ones doing the action, while the queens are more passive. They wait to receive the information and then take action. So it's not that she's just sitting around waiting for things to happen per se. It's more of like she's kind of gaining information and filtering it through, right? Kind of making sure this is something that she still wants to deal with, still wants to be a part of, if this is something that aligns with her truth. But this person knows their truth, knows what they want, knows who they are, and what they're willing to do for the things that they're trying to go after, and they're very serious about it. All right, and I think it's very hard for both parties right now because these changes are pretty darn huge. And I feel like somebody's steering the ship, and it's like this person's like, okay, well, you steer the ship, and if I don't like anywhere that we're going, we're changing courses. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, you guys have two cards here: Truth Be Told and Poised. Wow, okay. Show you the cards right now. So you have Poised, and you have Truth Be Told. I'm sorry about the glare. Alright. Now, Truth Be Told talks about just being honest, being open with one another, being truthful to yourself, being honest with yourself. And the Queen of Swords don't have no problems being honest with herself. She doesn't lie to herself. She doesn't, she's not delusional. And the Knight of Cups can kind of be a little delusional sometimes, but I don't think that's going to be the case, especially considering that that's the reason why they're so serious right now, and they're always they're very clear. It could be that the reason why that they are so serious and so focused on what they want is because they don't really want to get deterred by any dreams. They want the raw of the raw, the serious of the seriousness of the seriousness, or the absolute of the situation. And the King of Wands is honesty, is all truth, all authenticity, right? Like, he's not the King of Swords in the sense of like he knows his truth, but he knows how but he knows who he is. He doesn't have a problem with being himself. There's no filter, there's nothing that goes through that keeps him from being himself. And I feel like, to be honest, the Queen of Swords, she is waiting for information to be received to her so she could say something. And I think, truth be told, is that the thing that's most important is, as long as you know the truth, that's the most important. But communicating your truth and speaking your truth, whether that is that you want this thing, want this change, or you may be feeling stressed out, you may, it may be kind of going in a direction that you may not want to, communicating that is really important, okay? The truth be told is basically saying that, hey, this is actually what I feel. This is actually what I believe. This is actually what I stand by. right? Because each and every one of you are both hitting this challenge here, which is the Seven of Wands, what you guys are standing behind, what you guys are protecting. Because there's a piece of you guys that's a bit defensive at this moment. And I feel like it's because of this change, of this going energy. And I know I say change a lot and it's only from one person here, but look at these cards here. Like, you have the Tower, the King of Wands, and the Chariot in diagonal from each other. And I feel like that's some change that definitely is going to require a balance between the both of you and an action between the both of you. But the thing is that there's defensiveness that's keeping that from happening. And with Poised, I find that that's what that's what we get to. That's why that's what the cards are really specifying when it comes to this diagonal kind of interesting kind of pairing here, which is being ready, knowing that you have everything that you need to to get started and to get ready. I think with this person here, they know that their lives are changing. They know that everything's shifting and adjusting radically. But with Poise, it talks about being ready and having the courage to just go ahead and push forward, right? And I know typically the Poise card doesn't necessarily talk about courage, but it's saying that you have everything that you need to have. You're prepared for it. You are ready to go. There's no need to delay. There's no need to stall and to look at the details. This is something that you can put your heart and soul into. I know this is the Page of Pentacles. There may be some tedious work that may not be as desirable, but they're going to get you to where you want to be. And it's all about trusting not just trusting your intuition, but mostly trusting yourself to execute these things that need to be done so you can be happy. Because this person is your soulmate. And I think the thing is like, whatever you guys are trying to do together is to raise you to a higher vibration. Because the Tower here doesn't have to just mean that things are changing as well. It could mean that there's an epiphany, or there's some sort of something that's finally broken down and makes more sense.